All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to the WTCF podcast. It's Charlie here hanging out in the basement. And I wanted to do something really, really quick to explain something that was going on with me. And maybe it's something that helps you out. So, this isn't the intention. This is just what's going on in my life. So, from basically Halloween to the end of the year, I told myself that I wanted to put on 10 pounds. So, I was going to eat very, very freely. I was just going to lift my heavy weights and I was just going to put on 10 pounds in the wintertime and just be like, yep, that's what I want to do. So you might think for a second, why would you ever want to put on any weight? Everyone's always trying to look to lose weight year round. But honestly, I just didn't want to be cold. And then here's the other part. When you're kind of building up your body, that's hence why they call it bodybuilding. Sometimes you can refer to your body as a house, right? So if you're building a house, and you don't have lumber and you don't have the other tools and equipment, you don't have resources to build a house, you can't build a very good house. You can't really build too much with it. So I wanted to take a few months to ensure myself that I had more than enough resources to do the things that it needed to be done, right? To build myself bigger. So lifting really heavy. Again, some of my numbers have gone up during this time frame, which is exactly what I was looking for. In the last like 2 or 3 weeks, people have said that I've gotten bigger, and they don't mean like in a fatter sense. So like all the things that I really wanted. So I get to the end of the year and I weigh myself on right around New Year's Eve, if not New Year's Eve. I weighed 214 pounds. So I put on 14 instead of 10. 100% fine. I'm not too worried about it. Um, Fine. I get into the new year and it gets to be about the 9th or the 10th. And with all these other colds and stuff been going around, I've been hydrating more. So I've just been drinking tons and tons of water. I always find myself thirsty. So just at this point, I'm chugging water. And I hate water. If anyone knows me, I don't like drinking water. So I'm chugging water like crazy. I get myself ready to go to bed one night and I just step on the scale and it tells me I'm 221 pounds, which again would probably get people to stop in their tracks. Like, why am I wasting my time on any of this and just give up? And I looked at it and said, well, I'm most likely holding on to a bunch of water. I've been chugging water like crazy for the last few days. Um, Again, my stomach is stretched a bit over Halloween to the end of the year. So the overall volume of food that I've been eating is a lot higher. So I'm trying to normalize that back down. So again, it could have been just a time that I had been eating a whole lot of food. So I'm very, very full, had a whole lot of water in my system. So then my numbers tick up. But here's the next funny part. I go to bed. I wake up the next morning, go through my morning routine, and I weigh myself. And I weigh 214 pounds. So during the night, my body got rid of 7 pounds. And you're like, well, how did that happen? Like, did you like go to the bathroom in bed? No, no, of course not. Well, as we go ahead and use energy within our body, so we consume calories, and calories are energy that allows us to do things. This is why we have that really funny Parks and Rec moment with Chris Pratt's character Andy, like running around kicking. He's like, "That's a cookie!" And like we use all that food for energy. So what our body is doing during that time frame is restoring this energy to go ahead and use it. Well, to use up that energy, for one, we have to go ahead and pass the byproduct of the stuff that doesn't really have any energy in it, stuff that our body can't really use or process, will process through us and then leave, right? So we will naturally lose weight by going to the bathroom, part of the process. This is not to encourage you to take a bunch of laxatives. That is not what I'm getting at. You'll end up super dehydrated and it's way worse. But the other side of it is our body is constantly converting oxygen into carbon dioxide. So as we're breathing all night, we're releasing additional atoms of carbon. So during that nighttime, exhaling that other stuff out and letting my body kind of adjust to what was happening to it, letting it go ahead and repair the different things. I might have just been super gassy, holding on to some stuff and been farting all night. But again, by the time I woke up the next morning, I was down a bunch of weight and I've basically stuck around 214 pounds for the last 2 days. But now I want to go ahead and just test it a little bit further and see if I can really start to drag this number down without doing it very quickly. But I just wanted to share something where in your journey, you might find yourself in this predicament where suddenly you're up a couple extra pounds compared to where you thought. Even one of the clients that I was talking to the other day said, like, I'm up a couple pounds, right? I thought I'd be down a couple, I'm up a couple. And it's like, yeah, body's reformatting. You know, you could have just had extra water in your system. Like a pound or two is not a big deal. But when you start to recognize sustained over time, that every week the number gets like higher. So this isn't some play to say you have to get on the scale every single day, but sometimes when you find those right markers and you kind of just hold and just kind of keep checking in a regular, healthy manner, just to make sure you're in the right direction, then you learn not to obsess over the number. Like I can go weigh myself right now. So I'm gonna go weigh myself physically right now. It is 5:24 on a Friday. Fully clothed. I just ate. So there's like cottage cheese and a couple of sandwiches I put together. I just ate 212.2. So there's going to be fluctuations in the number over time. It's part of the process. So this is to say not to obsess over it, not to panic, not to just run off the road as soon as you see something bad. But this is why the last intention or the next intention that we're going to talk about is really important. Is I don't pray for an easy life. I pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. So when I know that I'm doing the right thing and I'm fighting to do the right thing, I'm still going to keep doing that even when it's hard. So maybe that's something that helps you out, and this will get posted in the next day or so. So on that note, good luck.